Hi friends, my name is Madison, and today I wanted to talk to you about being the black sheep of your family. Now, I personally wasn't the black sheep of my family at first. Um, Both of my parents were wonderful and truly accepted me, and it was great. And then both of them passed away, and I moved in with my aunt and uncle, and they didn't really like a kid who loved WWE wrestling in the Attitude Era when they were telling people to suck it and things like that. So, or, Stone Cold Steve Austin, saying, give me a hell yeah and stuff like that. So I was already the rebel kid. I had already grown up pretty much pretty much parenting myself from such a young age, because my parents, like I said, passed when I was a kid. And so I was already parenting myself, taking care of my dinners. I was making sure I went to school, which I was really bad at doing. But I did make myself dinners, and, I cleaned myself up and stuff like that. All the things that a kid shouldn't have to do, but I was doing. And so when I got to my aunt and uncle's, everything was taken care of, and it was like culture shock for me. And I quickly found out there that I was definitely the black sheep of the family. I've always just done my own thing. I've always been a rebel. I've always wanted to do everything opposite. I always wanted to know why things worked the way that they worked, or why I was being told I had to do things a certain way, not because I was questioning the person, but because I just really wanted to know why it was that I needed to do what I was being told to do. I wasn't trying to be, rebellious to them. I just really wanted to know, hey, you want me to, I don't know, you want me to act a certain way, but why? Why is it you want me to be this way? Please explain to me why you want me to do it this way. So, I was pretty much, wanting to be the Hot Topic kid, because that's what really made sense for me, was, all the, I don't know, the rock and the gothy type clothes and stuff like that. Those are the things that really brought me joy. But they had me shopping at the Gap looking like a preppy kid, and that was just not my style, but that was what they made me wear. So eventually, when I got old enough and I left, I actually did start shopping at Hot Topic. And I used to wear the big baggy pants with the straps, and band t-shirts, and I just never really fit in with them. I always just was the odd man out, for lack of a better term. So I had to deal with all of this judgment because I didn't fit in. And again, I was the only LGBT person in my family, and everyone else is straight, and I just, not that that's a problem, it's just another thing that made me stand out from everybody else. And I just, at first it really bothered me that nobody could really comprehend that I was just different and I saw the world different. And ever since I was a kid, I knew something felt off. I never wanted to go to college. I never wanted to work like a traditional 9 to 5, or I always had other ways in my mind that things should be done. And again, I saw the world different. I always knew politics was rigged, and stuff like that, and the corruption, and I always knew about that stuff. I just didn't know about it, if that makes sense. It was a gut feeling that I had, and I just didn't, I don't know, I felt like this world was fake, not just fake people, but everything about it. Why do we have to work as humans to survive on a planet that we were born into? It just never made sense to me. Like, all the animals get fed by God every day, so why shouldn't we, if that makes sense? Like, I never thought we should have to pay to live here. So because of my black sheepness and my rebelliousness, I started questioning more and more about things, and it just got to the point where sorry, my cat just ran over there. It just got to the point where I just didn't want to go along with it anymore. Like, I at this point cannot work a regular job. Like, it physically pains my soul to chain myself to a job, because I know it feels like I'm being enslaved, and I just cannot do it anymore. So just these things, they keep adding up, and like, I'm skeptical of doctors now. Like, I have been a critical thinker my whole life. Like, I always question things. I always wanted to know how things worked, how and why, and that helped me survive a lot in my life. And I used to think being the black sheep and not being understood and comprehended and not fitting in was a terrible thing. But I've actually learned that I actually know how to think for myself, whereas my family members just go along with whatever the family's doing. And not that that's bad, but like, I just always have done it my own way. And sure, I might not be in this present moment this film is being recorded, I might not presently be in my most abundant, like financially abundant stage yet, but I have the amount of time I have, I am so very abundant, because I'm now doing everything for myself. I'm working on this YouTube daily. I'm just started posting TikToks daily. I'm doing everything I can to keep myself out of the system, because I can't do it anymore. And as the black sheep, a lot of people think that I'm making a terrible mistake, and that oh, you need to work a job, oh, you need to do this, oh, you need to do that. And I'm just like, no, I am done listening to you people. All I've ever gotten is misery from that. I am not going to continue to be miserable to please other people. So I started just doing my own thing. Like, I cannot do it again. So being the black sheep again is truly one of the best things that could ever happen to you, even if you might seem like everything's falling apart around you, but it's not. You are actually doing way better than you think. It might not seem like it, especially right now, but give it a year or two and you will see exactly why you happen to be the black sheep and what that kept you safe from. And it kept you from continuing toxic patterns. It kept you from following the roadmap. Like, you don't have to go to school. Sorry, you don't have to go to college. You don't have to get a fancy car. You don't have to get a fancy house. You don't have to follow in all the same footsteps that everyone else did. You can just do your own thing, and you have more freedom than just falling in line. If you just fell in line, you'd lose your freedom, because you're just, again, you're falling in line and just following along and following the leader. It's not being your own self and your own thinker is one of the most pleasurable things on this planet, because you have freedom. Freedom is so very important. And chaining yourself to a job or to a car or to a house, you're literally just putting yourself in a cage. And I couldn't do that anymore. Again, I'm not that person now. I cannot do it. So if you feel like being the black sheep is a bad thing. I assure you it is not. You will learn in a few years when you start connecting your dots that, oh my God, I was meant to be this way for a reason. I'm meant to break all the ancestral curses and ancestral, traumas and stuff like that. And by doing things differently, you are changing your family dynamic. You're changing, all the toxic patterns. You're getting rid of them and you're starting fresh, and you're, blossoming into a whole new chapter for your family. And we were meant to come here and disrupt everything because everything became so toxic for so long that we need to help repair that for our family lines. And it may not come from this generation of people, like the people you're in, you live with or you grew up with. I mean, like your great-grandparents, your great-great-grandparents, your great-great-great-great, on and on. It goes way further than just your parents or your grandparents. It goes way down the line. So I just want you to know, I'm going to end this in a minute. I just want you to know, if you're the black sheep, I see you, I love you, and you matter. Don't let anybody else make you feel otherwise, because you really do matter. And I love you. I love you so very much. And you deserve to continue to live a happy life and go after whatever it is that you want to go after. And I am 100% rooting for you. So if you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like to see more wisdom videos or small town travel videos, hit that subscribe button. I don't know why I thumbs up. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.